You've done the inner work. You've redefined wealth. You're aligning your financial life with purpose, vision, and integrity. And then, something unexpected happens. A friend grows distant. A relative makes a passive comment. Someone you love seems uncomfortable with your progress. You feel proud of how far you've come. But also guilty. You wonder if you're doing something wrong. You start to question whether it's safe to be visible, successful, or free. This experience is more common than people realize, when your wealth, growth, or financial clarity triggers those around you. But what if this tension isn't something to avoid? What if it's part of the path? And what if learning how to move through it, gracefully, truthfully, is a spiritual milestone in your wealth journey? Let's explore what's really happening, and how to stay rooted in your expansion even when others feel shaken by it. Why wealth triggers people. Let's begin with a simple truth: wealth is more than money. It's visibility. It's permission. It's power, and all of those things, if not yet healed in someone, can activate discomfort, projection, or fear. When someone witnesses you expanding, a few things can happen beneath the surface. They may feel left behind or inadequate, they may question their own decisions and timelines, they may have unresolved money shame, and your presence awakens that they may have been taught that wealth is bad, and you now challenge that belief. In essence, your growth becomes a mirror. And mirrors can be confronting, especially when people aren't ready to see what's being reflected. This doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It means you've become a catalyst. And that, in itself, is a sacred role. The energetic impact of judgment. When someone projects discomfort onto your success, you feel it. Maybe you start shrinking a little, downplaying your wins, apologizing for what you've created, tightening your voice when you talk about money. This is not weakness. It's your nervous system responding to perceived threat, the fear of disconnection. Because for so many of us, belonging has been tied to sameness. To stay safe, we stay small. We blend in. But wealth, especially ethical wealth, requires you to expand beyond those old safety structures, to claim your individuality, even when others don't understand it. If you keep dimming your light to keep others comfortable, you're teaching your system that success is unsafe. That visibility means loneliness. That abundance comes at the cost of love. This inner contradiction eventually becomes an energetic block. Your external wealth grows, but your internal world becomes tangled with guilt, shame, or secrecy. And that's not sustainable. Why this moment is a spiritual initiation. This moment, the discomfort, the triggering, the judgment, is not an obstacle. It is an initiation. You are being asked, can I hold my truth without needing others to approve it? Can I stand in my abundance without shrinking to fit the past? Can I embody wealth with humility, clarity, and grace, even if it makes others uncomfortable? This is a crossing point between the old identity and the new one, between group safety and soul alignment, between external harmony and internal truth. Many people stop here. They sabotage their success, they unconsciously lose momentum, they soften their goals to stay within the comfort zone of their community. But you don't have to. You can meet this moment as a spiritual rite of passage, a chance to unhook your worth from other people's perceptions. Practical grounding: what to do when it happens. Let's make this real. Here's how to respond when your wealth journey triggers someone close to you. 1. Pause before reacting. Don't explain, defend, or prove right away. Instead, breathe. Notice what part of you wants to fix the discomfort. Is it the part that fears abandonment? Judgment? Loneliness? Often, that's the inner child looking for safety. Meet them first, before responding outwardly. 2. Normalize the discomfort, without owning it. Say to yourself, it makes sense that people have complex feelings about money. But their discomfort is not my responsibility to carry. Your growth might activate people. But it's not an attack, it's an invitation. You're showing what's possible. Whether they take that path is up to them. 3. Speak gently, but don't shrink. You don't need to overshare or educate anyone who isn't ready. But you also don't need to hide. Speak with calm strength. Let your life speak for itself. Let your integrity be louder than explanation. 4. Notice where you're still seeking approval. Wealth expansion often reveals old people-pleasing patterns. Who do you still need to impress? Who are you afraid to disappoint? Gently trace those threads, not to cut them out, but to release their hold. Choosing sovereignty over sympathy. Sometimes, we confuse love with loyalty to old versions of ourselves. We think, if I grow too much, I'll lose them, but real love evolves. Real connection deepens when it's built on truth, not sameness. Your expansion might shake a few dynamics. That doesn't mean you abandon people, it means you stop abandoning yourself. You don't have to dim to be loved. You don't have to explain your success away. You don't have to carry the emotional weight of someone else's discomfort. Wealth is not just about numbers, it's about sovereignty, the ability to stand in your truth even when others don't echo it. How to stay soft while staying strong. It's possible to expand without arrogance, to stay open-hearted while being unapologetically abundant. You do this by staying in your lane. Let your results speak without needing to prove. Practicing presence. Noticing when you're triggered, and choosing intentional responses. Holding compassion for those who aren't where you are, without playing small to meet them. Creating new spaces, relationships, and conversations that do support your current frequency. Not everyone has to come with you, and that doesn't make them wrong, or you superior. It just means you're honoring the natural rhythm of growth, the healing ripple of your integrity. Here's what's beautiful. When you stay aligned through discomfort, you plant seeds in others. You show what's possible, you model wholeness, you embody a new version of wealth, one that is rooted in purpose, not power. You teach, by being, that it is safe to rise, safe to be visible, safe to be prosperous and still kind, still grounded, still human, and maybe not right away, but over time, those seeds sprout, people shift, perspectives soften, and you become a living invitation to healing, without ever needing to preach. Final thoughts. The wealth frequency of courage. The higher you rise in truth, the more invisible contracts you'll be asked to dissolve, the more you'll need to choose courage over comfort, purpose over approval, peace over performance. But every time you do, you calibrate your entire financial field. Your decisions sharpen, your energy strengthens, your vision clears. This isn't about proving anything, it's about embodying everything you've always known was possible, even if it shakes a few relationships in the process. Stay soft. Stay true. Stay lit. The world doesn't need more palatable people, it needs powerful ones, rooted in love, aligned in truth, and unapologetically whole. Thank you for being here. If this resonated, like, share, and subscribe. Together, we're weaving a new kind of wealth, one that liberates, not just accumulates. Until next time.